The angel scrolls would like to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Even though we are experiencing trying times, there is light at the end of the tunnel. The miraculous vaccines developed to fight the coronavirus are still keeping over 90% of vaccinated people out of the hospital, as well as from dying. Unfortunately, there are still lots of lies and misinformation going on all over the world with regards to the vaccine, especially with the oncoming threat of the Omicron virus. Today, we have a special group of recordings from Victor and one from Maylor, as well as a song reversal from the Eagles Hotel California. This first group of recordings is a collection of snips from two longer recordings of Victor, which talk about some very interesting things that are happening right now. Some of it is reversed, which like usual is hard to understand for most people, but there are also some very clear parts in it as well. The second one of Victor is much clearer, and has a multitude of prophecy in it. So let's start with the ones from Victor. This first snippet is kind of choppy, because it was taken from a larger recording, and only the important parts of the paragraph were used to make the video shorter. He says if you choose to construct your future, then start to place devotion. When it comes actually, they'll see, and get to think your ideals are alike, raised as God let them glow. In the next part he says, there is worth in knowing your insight has a new song beginning. If the future comes with agony, it's all because you're lied to. In the quantum reversal of this next one he says, when you watch TV, weather events grow a lot. Keep in mind that in the forward-only version he says, weather events grow a lot. Year 22. In the next part he talks about what happens when we begin to believe the lies. In this next part he says, people who take lies like that, they'll then become believed forever. It forces your spirit to be incomplete, if you believe it completely, and you record it. It's our right to recall it right. Keep in mind that he is not saying to disbelieve that weather events are growing at a massive rate, but the opposite. As some factions say that global warming does not exist and many people believe and subscribe to those lies. Then he says, waves of light always do beckon people to relate to those philosophies that people cannot undo. You're good when you believe a budgie which has you now looking towards heaven. And you'll see this heaven is fine and glowing, providing some place one should believe in. So he is basically saying that light of heaven will always beckon people to believe in the truth that cannot be undone. Then he says if they watch TV, it could induce some change if there is some good there. So this is a direct warning about the media and how some news is good or truthful and some news isn't. So we really have to be careful about what news channels we tie our philosophies to. Ask yourself, are these good philosophies, and do they promote care and compassion for others, or do they push conspiracy theories and falsities that cannot be proven? Then he says, seize what we can engage without thinking you're cursed. You are cursed if you carry the curse further for this world. When Ryan originally transcribed this he thought Victor said, the future of people who cannot grow. However, after going over it many times, he now believes Victor said, people who can grow instead. This is what he says, would you want this pretty boy's heart? What do you think? Because I can see the future of people who can grow. The first part of this next one starts off in reverse, saying, you'll need to evolve through every Christmas and Happy New Year to convey the truth and toast to peace. The next recording has snippets from an audio-only file, where Victor starts off saying, if we're stupid and leave it to many who can't protect our future, we experience bad after birth, and return at some point, to intake the air of their errors. You're hearing the earth. Then Ryan says in reverse, it's crying out, we know in heaven. Then he says, you're the first humans to learn this way. We will develop a plan for you humans with truth. We're sentinels of the future. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you do wish, you'll achieve all I now do offer. For all who know about these plans here in reverse, they really result from a religion of God.
Why are you bad? You're not bad. Yeah. You're bad, we are. It sounds like you said.
Because this is a quantum reversal, Ryan says in reverse, is there philosophy in your religion? Then Ryan's 12-year-old son at the time says, it is sure here with him, meaning God. This next one is the forward-only version of the first bird part B. We're not going to get into too much detail about this one, as in our view it is clear enough as it is.
Come on, don't mix in mimicry. Good boy, you're doing your animals. Do it again. Do your kitty cat. Pig.
In this one of Maylor's, he talks about how we should not think that the virus is winning and how we should trust in God. He also mentions Victor, and how his spirit is still with us. Today's song is going to be about reversing evil and how it can result in miracles. During Ryan's indoctrination into this religion by the angels, himself and others learned that a change in a person or culture's moral thinking can change that person's or people's path in life. These changes that encourage positive spiritual evolution will create miracles. We have seen it happen many times since this event began. We have also learned that God has a plan and, even though some of it has been disclosed already, there is a long way to go when it comes to revealing it all. Some of you may be aware of the many organizations in the world today that are working against God's main purpose, which is less pain and suffering for all humanity, and a better future for all. This song reversal reveals one of the steps that God and the angels would like to see happen as we move forward in this religion. If you are serious about trying to understand what Victor and Maylor were talking about in this presentation, as well as the reverse song that will be next, you may want to have a look at what is happening in American politics right now. In December of 2021, the two parties are basically at war with each other. One party understands the issues that the people are having with politics, the coronavirus, the health structure, and the climate. They want to bring a large spending bill that would help millions through the crises. Unfortunately, the other party does not want to see the current party, which has a slim majority, be seen as doing something good for the American people. As a result, not one of the opposing party wants to vote for the plan. In other words, even though they use the excuse that it will affect inflation in the future, they are not willing to help the American people now who are in desperate need of it. If you haven't already, you should look at all the good things that this plan would do for the American people. Yet, it still did not pass through the Senate because of one vote. We need to understand that the American politics these days affect not only America, but the rest of the world, and each and every one of us. That is why it is so important to vote for the party that wants to make positive changes, to soften the pain and suffering of the people. Otherwise, we become acceptive of the pain and suffering of others, and really don't care about things that we think do not personally affect us. We leave it to you to determine which party has more compassion for the people, and which one doesn't. The song Ryan chose today is Hotel California. Hotel California is the title track from the Eagles' album of the same name and was released as a single in February 1977.
That completes this presentation. To hear more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit our website at theangelscrolls.com.